Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Yeah, I'm gonna, I can hear myself, so which is good. Yeah, this is gonna be a short one. I just want to just give, small, a short version of what happened, of what I feel about uh Mr. Polight or Mr. Michael Nowak, among other things that has just happened, and why I've been absent for a couple of days. Pretty interesting story. But let me go ahead and thank you all for coming in, and I'll be right back after this short break.
Marijuana by name, ganja flowing through my vein, going to my brain.
It's like this, it's like this. When you sleepy, I wonder why. It must be the high grade in your eyes. You look like you're about to fight. High grade. I don't care what popular say. We're gonna burn it anyway. Black blood alone smoke a whole day.
So me say ganja me smoke every day. 15, 16 spliff a day. Good purple skunk for me as say. Move out of my way, me make me weed entry. But I'm weed a bun more than a century. Go on farm a man, just go on farm me. And one ganja man, just go on plant it. Cause every time you do that, you do it for me.
When you look sleepy, I wonder why. You must be the high grade in your eye. When you look like you're about to cry. This high
just got some smoking and and this is what this majesty decline. Take off your wings, youth man, and fly like a bird high in the sky, and let them know say you are conquering lion, coming from the tribe of Judah. Some bad boys that don't have no roots and culture, leave them alone, them a go burn in a fire. Fire. I look at it, but you see that here. I see it to die, die, night. I look at it, but you see that here. I see it to die, die, night.
If it wasn't for my foolish pride, baby, you'd be right by my side. And still I just can't deny that it should have been, could have been love. Alright, but I never promised you no roses. Valentine's chocolate, and I don't think I'll close it. Me don't hear about the talks, I have the little things I don't. I know I recognize it, but I never meant to break your heart. Me heart broken at the process. I wish I never was so smart. The time has come to pass. Every moment I remember now I said right. Baby, I've been hurting inside ever since you walked out my life. Still I just can't hide that this should have been love. Alright, if it wasn't for my foolish pride, baby, you'd be right by my side. And still I just can't deny that it should have been, could have been love. Alright, could it have been the car when me drive? Or could it have been the herb machine no light? I threw me there, I stroll you late at night. Makes you feel me, I keep another life. Still should never stay, because I stay with it. I think I'll be emergency, because I stay with it. I stay, why? Look how I make you from me sing. Siren get hot. Sophisticated weapons get away from them black. Beat them like a shot, giant and lick it back. Trade union workers, government, them attack. That cause a state of emergency. Because a state, because a state of emergency. Because it's need a state, my love, in a DMC. Diamond vinyl,
television and religion are the tools of Babylon implement. Corrupting Jaja children, they are the reason we want Babylon from season to season. They won't come for them and come back, we chant him down. The great power and sound. Jaja children, they are the reason we want Babylon from season to season. They won't come for them and come back, we chant him down. The great power and sound.
I'm keeping it real. So we are live, we live and let's live. So we are live, I'm keeping it real. So real, yeah. So we are live, we live and let's be. As a man, you must be able to find work and put food on the table. There's no time to sit around to play the fool or be around. In the days of player haters, real hustlers and gold diggers, now have no time to watch the face. Them kind of people don't have no place. I'm keeping it real. We live and let's live. I'm keeping it real. So real, yeah. So we're living it big. As we say, life's what you make it. You have a plan, you got to reach it. You work hard, you must get paid to live good for another day. No bother with the tension, no bother with the stress. Take it easy, we are dealing with progress. Peace and love and happiness. I said we ease up, we don't need no commotion, cause everything is darkness. I said we ease up, no bother try to pressure me, and that is where I rest. Cause I remember when me had a yammy, me used to run dance club and party. And outside of the club and think them hostility, them can't bring that and we rubber where we play a panel still down. The DJ round the mic and him a keep the place strong. Now bother come here so like you are raging star. You can't bring that and we said to ease up, no bother with the tension. I say no bother with the stress. I said to ease up, we are dealing with progress. I said love and happiness. I said to ease up, we no need no commotion, 'cause everything's got bliss. I said to ease up, I gotta try to question me, that is where I'm next. I know the time is getting late, like balance in the race. I try to get my children fed, meanwhile my shoes are begging bread. Yes, I know that times are hard.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, man. Trip C, what's going on? HCU Houston Christians. Well, welcome here. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna be brief with this. I'm just gonna go through a couple of things. Shout out to Information Man, Trip C's house, and let me tell everybody in the crowd, Trip C Treehouse, right? She has been on this from day one. All right, just put some ones up if you can hear me. Okay, this woman has been on this from day freaking one. She's every time a case came up, all right, anytime a hearing came up, she was on it. All right, everybody kind of forgot about this. This has been over a year or so, I guess. And obviously, when this happens, we just kind of forgotten about it and kind of let it slide. And listen, she was on it. She was on it. And you know, shout out to Psycho too. Psycho had told me that that she's pretty much been on this dude's neck for a minute. And I never really paid attention to this dude that much, except, you know, I knew about him. He walked around like he was a young pharaoh or a young king. He had his wives and stuff, and he just knew how to talk. He knew how to run his mouth. And unfortunately, when you sound like a rapper, or when you sound like you got some rhythm and or sound like a preacher or whatever, people will elevate you. All right. And Polight, as far as history or anything, I mean, the dude, most of these dudes aren't that intelligent. All right. It really shows how uneducated a lot of us are, bro. A lot of us. I mean, he can talk fast, and because he can talk fast, people think that he's right. And unfortunately, we've elevated a lot of these clowns, and I'm gonna go through some of them. But as you know, uh, Mr. Nowak, Mr. No Light, after years and years and years of pushing back this case, he has copped a plea. Now, Jojo Dancing, what's going on? He's copped a plea. Now, what does copping a plea mean? All right. I've never been to prison or in a trial myself. I'm not from the block, or I never claimed to be. But gee, what does it mean to cop a plea? Because I've been hearing about that for years. That term. Well, think of it like this, because some people, you got to explain things in very elementary terms. Some of y'all are big hip hop fans, all right? And there was an artist named K Solo. K Solo. If you know hip hop, you know K Solo, because there's EPMD. They was one of his affiliates. That was actually the first artist that EPMD promoted. Obviously there's a hit squad: EPMD, Redman, K Solo, Keith Murray, DOS Effects, and that's basically it. But he had a song, one of his first songs on his first album. It was called Fugitive. And he talks about, really, it's like an autobiographical song where he breaks down his past of violence, right? Yeah, he had a past of violence. In fact, he's talked about it a few times in interviews, how he has a couple of felonies for assault, all right? So in the song, I guess he was talking about his first time he got into trouble. He's on Long Island. Two white bikers approach him while he's walking down the street. One of them called him a nigger, which, I've told you guys many times before that here in Long Island is MAGA North. So yeah, that sounds pretty credible. Maybe you know, he might have embellished it a little bit for the song, but no, that sounds pretty right depending on where he was, especially him being from Suffolk, more out east, central islip, for those of you who don't know Long Island that well. So he, the guy called him nigger. He said, stuck his finger up, said, your mother. Then these two bikers rolled up to him. Yes, a lot of white bikers out there walked up to him, and they were basically looking for trouble, and we wanted to put in work on him. So in the song, he describes how he picked up a brick to defend himself, started beating one of them, and then beat the other one until they were like, nah, don't beat him. Okay, so basically the cops came. He looked pretty bad, with the brick and everything. So he ran away and he became a fugitive. You're basically on the run. And so he says the second bar, how they try to get him during graduation. Then towards the end of this song, he breaks down how he had to go back and forth to court in Garden City. Garden City is a pretty exclusive area. And Garden City is where a lot of the courts are in Garden City, especially back then. Really, the courts are over in Garden City. You see a lot of them in Hapog. I'm just telling you from New York, but Garden City is where a lot of the courts are. Anyways, he's going back and forth to Garden City. They want to pin a charge on him for beating up this guy. And again, he beat him with a weapon. So that's with a brick. And I guess if you use a brick, then there's a good chance you hit him the right way or hit him hard enough, you might kill the person. So in the song, he basically, parents took him to the judge. The judge said, all right, you think you're innocent, take it to trial. To which K Solo went, according to the song, went up to his mother and said, listen, we take this to trial against Suffolk County, we're probably going to lose. So what happens? As the song says, KSOLO had to what? Cop out, right? Because you run into maybe an overzealous prosecutor, right? Brick in hand, that assault can easily graduate to possibly attempted murder, all right? Possibly premeditated, whatever it is, all right? So attempted murder, you're a kid, just graduating high school. He's probably 17, 18 at the time. So who knows? They probably talk about 15 years, 20 years, more than half his life or whatever. So instead of doing that, the public defender says, you know what? You may want to cop out. Let's make a deal, blah, blah, blah. And he went to 15. Instead of doing a long time, he went to jail for about 15 months, according to the song, for assault. Again, it's a real story. I mean, again, if you know hip hop, K Solo, he met DMX in jail. They started beefing. So yeah, this is a pretty real story. But the moral is the point I'm making is that he had to cop out to something of a lesser charge. Same thing, violence, but he had to cop out. All right. That's what happened. All right. So it went from attempted murder, probably, or something else, to, aggravated assault. And he had to serve 15 months way out east in Riverhead. But that's what copping out means. Just this week, you had another case. The first Pookie, Hunter Biden. He just copped out to, I guess, taxes, of not paying his taxes, and gun charges. All right. Now, why is that important? And they've been, basically, he's been trying to push this back for about 5 years now. Why is it important? The taxes. And why did he cop out? I think he had to pay about 100,000. And put some ones up if you can hear me clearly and okay. If there's no, I just want to make sure. What's up, Og? Nice to meet you, beautiful Bernice. Yeah, so put some ones up if you can hear me okay. But basically, yeah. So the first Pookie or the first crackhead, Hunter Biden, basically copped out this week to I guess tax charges and also gun charges. All right. Now, why did he cop out? Well, if you've been following Hunter Biden, besides his crack episodes and his whole episodes, and again, he's just basically pale Pookie escapades. Um, People have been talking about a lot about a laptop that he has. All right. Why is that laptop important? Because the man, interestingly enough, has been doing a lot of shady business. Okay, according to news reports, I believe it's Ukraine. I don't have the story in front of me, but basically doing a lot of shady international business dealings. Okay, so you're talking about taxes, you're talking about money. All right, he's got guns. I mean, I don't know what the money was for, whatever, but basically he could have taken this to trial and said, I'm innocent. But once the government starts digging into your taxes and then look to see where all your money's going, and hey, wait a minute, let's look at what's going on with, your business dealings. Oh, wait a minute, you did business dealings with this person overseas and that person overseas. Then it becomes a big deal. Then it becomes a headache. So his lawyer, after delaying all this time, said, you know what, you know, let's sit down and just just to get all this other shit out of the way, let's cop to a lower plea. Now it still has to do with financial indiscretions and other things. I mean, I don't think he's ever gotten arrested for being the crackhead that he is, which is interesting. That's like that is like a minor infraction, and when they're talking about Hunter Biden, but he copped a plea. He copped a plea so that that other stuff doesn't become on the front page. That's what copping a plea is. Now, when talking about Mr. Polight, Mr. No Light, all right, I don't have the exact story in front of me of what he did to the 13-year-old, but understand, all right? She did, and I'm just going by memory of the exact things that happened during that time. She did, Polight did try to stick his finger down her throat, all right, to get her to cough up, I guess, liquor or, who knows what else. I mean, I'm not going to get into what happened in the room, but how that alone, by the way, just forget about the bodily fluids. The chick had liquor. She passed out from the liquor. Just that alone. You understand? And of course, she's in the club, but that alone. And this is a dude with the third eye who knows everything about health and the body. This guy supposedly knows everything from money to health and what have you. Somehow he thought that sticking his finger down this little girl's throat to have her choke out what you call it, what I guess liquor or whatever. This is what this man did. All right, I don't know what sense that made, but of course the reproductive fluids on her person, you understand, all over her clothes, how that got here. No, you got to get past that right there. But clearly there was something, he has charges of, sexual assault. And with that could come a lot of things. I mean, and there's about 6 counts, right? 6 counts. Yeah, brought her, he took her from one hotel to a closed, because see, again, Triple C has been on it. basically, yeah, child. I apologize for that. I'm not gonna, I don't want to disparage her. Now there are gonna be some women that are gonna be disparaged in this little presentation. We'll get to them in a second. All right. But but the girl, I don't want to disparage the girl. I do apologize for that one. All right. But they were not in the club. The club was closed. There's 4 felonies and a misdemeanor is what he has. All right. So he took her from one hotel to a closed out club, then took her to another hotel. All right. Brought her back to the original hotel when her mom got her in the lobby. He fought with her to keep her from leaving. See that? Okay. Now that I know they fought. I didn't know that he fought her to keep her from leaving. You talking about the mother or the girl? Oh, he fought her to keep her from leaving. I got you. Oh no, because I remember he talked about, well, you may ruin my career and that type of thing. So he has 5 counts, 4 felonies, one misdemeanor, and again, because I don't have, everybody has posted this on their platform. Go to Triple C's Treehouse. You got also What Happened to Common Sense. He put it up there. Psychopathy has put it. Everybody put these things up there. All right. And that's why all 4 felonies have 15. Yeah. So like we're talking 60 years. Okay. So if those people at the hotel and the police, if they're right, yeah. So bottom line, he's in some shit. All right. Bottom line, he's in some shit. He can say whatever he wants to. I mean, why he's going on these, I mean, I know why, because he's a narcissist, but at the end of the day, he's gonna have to explain the, you know, the bodily fluids on the child. He has to explain, I mean, and supposedly Saw Snake, all right, we're gonna get with him in a second. If he's gonna have the interview with this dude, that is the only question that has to come up. That's it. That's it. Because if you can't get around that, then what are we talking about? So, what we're talking about right here with this dude is that, again, those are the charges. So, he comes on, the day after the internet blows up, and he's talking about, well, he didn't plea. I didn't plea or I didn't do. Well, no, first of all, dude, you weren't there. You weren't there in the courtroom. You weren't there when they were doing it. It was the judge and it was your lawyers. All right. Again, everybody has broken this down. So basically, you weren't even in the room, sir. So of course, see, these are all semantics, and I'm going to deal with the semantics that I hear from a lot of these Michael Nowak defenders. All right, we're gonna I'm gonna have to go through that. These are nothing but semantics. No, you weren't there. You're gonna be doing that on the 7th, and I just gave you 2 examples of why a person pleads. You're pleading because you clearly don't want to be registered as a chomo. All right, you're pleading because you want to cut down the years that you're definitely going to spend. All right. So what's going to happen is when this comes down, and if he's not if it doesn't say chomo, you're going to see all of his defenders, and we're going to go through a couple of them piece by piece saying, you see, y'all jumped out the window. You did this. First of all, if anyone's trying to jump out the window, all right, any window that they're looking to jump out of, this dude right here has been trying to push back this case and trying to figure a way around this for 2 whole years. He's trying to find any escape hatch he can find. So stop it with this whole jumping out the window. And when this guy, just understand something. understand what this dude did. He goes on his Instagram and he starts talking about, listen, I would like to ask you guys to take down which all of my videos, I mean, go to my community page. Every video I've done on this dude has stayed up there. All right. But take down the video and please, out of respect of my family. Dude, you don't respect. Look at what you promote. And you talking about respecting your family. The fuck out of here. But take down the video and respect my family and respect my family's wishes, blah, blah, blah. And if you don't, and he did threaten and say, look, I got the money and I got money to be petty, blah, blah, blah. It's funny. You have the money to be petty with a bunch of little, all right? We're at the end of the day, we're little YouTubers, right? Even the fairly big ones that got, that gets thousands of views. At the end of the day, we're fairly small YouTubers. And you're going to use your money to do what? What you're going to do? You're going to sue us? You're going to, I mean, according to you, you said that our lives ain't shit, that we're broke. So what are you suing? What are you suing out here? If you're suing a bunch of people who don't have a pot to piss in, then why would you be doing that? If you got all this money, because he does have a very high-priced lawyer, wouldn't it make sense, if you are innocent, to use that money that you have instead of renting a bunch of Rolls Royces, like going to Turo and renting a couple of Rolls Royces for about $800 and $900 a day, all right? Instead of going into these rented houses. If you saw his last video, the house wasn't even his. Dude is inside somebody's house that he clearly rented for the day. Instead of doing all of that, why don't you use that money to go to trial? You could have gotten this trial done in the year that this happened, you see. So at the end of the day, bro, what it really highlights is how much these conscious dudes hate black people. They hate. It shows you how deeply they hate. Saw Snake. Let's deal with that dude. Let me show you something real quick. And let's see. I gotta admit, let me just go through again. Check out Triple C. Consecutive versus concurrent. That's my plea. Ran through all of it last night. Said don't want to type the actual words of the charges. Google probably won't let me. And I'm gonna explain why I've been off for a while. He's gonna have to admit guilt in front of the judge. Yes, he does. And not only will you be there, Tony the Closer will apparently be there, and possibly Whack 100. So it's gonna be a scene. It'll be a scene. Cyber defamation litigation is just as real as that credit restoration microwave, meaning not at all. Yeah, like the cyber like the thing with that is you're gonna attack us for simply reporting the news. How come you're not attacking a news station? Why aren't you attacking? It's just like those fools who were like the hammerhead lawyer out in Texas talking about, you're talking about Kevin Samuels, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you. Dennis Sperling, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you. How come nobody sued Tom Likas, who didn't even wait for the body to drop cold on Kevin Samuels? Tom Likas flamed that dude. Like literally within the hour after his passing, Tom Likas flamed. That's the guy, the white guy who Kevin Samuels stole all his material from. So these dudes, they're going after, I guess, low-hanging fruit in that we don't have the money. They think that they can intimidate us. Again, go to my community page. All the videos are still there, including on his skank wife, who we'll deal with in a second. But these dudes hate black people. Case in point, let's just look at this right here, Mr. Sonetta. All right. Let me just where are we at here? Where is this at? Where is this at? Let's deal with Saw Snake for a second. All right. And at this stage in the game, y'all, like if you're still looking to Sonetta as some sort of gateway to consciousness, something's wrong. Like something's definitely wrong. Let's see. Yes. On the day that this happened, Saw Snake decided to have a live. And basically the live was is Polight taking a plea? Is he guilty or innocent? He had all the the people, the goofballs from the conscious highlight conscious community. All right. Couple of people I didn't know, but again, just weirdos. All right. Like towards the end, you had this one chick who defended Polight to the hilt. I'm guessing that she's part of the Nubian crew. All right. And they're still around. All right. But interestingly enough, guess who came towards the end of that live? None other than your boy, Polight. But before he came, I want you to read. Now, this is, where's this? Okay, this is the chick right here. You see this woman right here? This weirdo. All right. Total and complete weirdo, this chick. But there's Saw Snake and a couple of other people up there as well. But let's read what Michael Nowak has to say. You see this right here? This is the real Polight. All right. Look at this. And he's responding to this chick right here who was defending him. This chick. But just look at this. Look at what he says here. Just look at this. Read this. All right. This is right on the same, the chutzpah this guy has. On the very day that this happens, this is Mr. No Light. You have to understand, my queen, the age of consent is the white man's law. Like I said, all right, how is it that it's the white man's law now, but you guys are saying wait up before you're waiting for the white man to confirm that he actually did something? This is Polight. This is him in the chat. You have to understand. This is him, and I think I've yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was trying to reach him. He didn't answer me back though, but yeah, this is what this guy said. And Sonetta is such a scumbag that during that live he said, "Oh, well, y'all don't care about the girl. You doing this because you hate Polight." And I'm like, first of all, we don't know the girl. You're right. We haven't seen the girl because we cannot see the girl. She's a minor. All right. We can't see her mother either, which makes sense. Because if you saw her mother, the first thing people are going to do, they're going to go right to her social media. They're going to go right to her social media and harass her. They're going to do their detective work. I mean, these guys become computer programmers and detectives overnight. So obviously you can't see her face. You can't see the girl's face. They're not going to do that. So obviously, like, I've never met, some of us have daughters, some of us have kids. Like so obviously they're looking at what this is. It hits home for them because they have kids. I've never met George Floyd. I don't know who he is. I've never met him. I'm sure if I ever did, I'd just say that's a big dude because clearly 6'9" and, size of a power forward. But when you saw what happened to him that day and watched that video, you as a black man, even though he had his faults, he did not deserve to die that way. And you as a black man are looking, so it resonates with you. So knowing that the girl was 13 or 14, it resonates with some people who have kids, daughters that age. And they imagine it happening to their daughter. But Sonetta says, oh, we just hate Polight. Well, Sa Snake, let me ask you something. Why do you think we hate Polight so much? How about that? Why do you think we have a hatred for Polight? What's up, Binary? Yes, information, man. We are going to get to that in a second. That's another one. That's next on deck. We will deal with that. Code families in the house. Yeah, Sonetta, why do you think we hate Polight so much? Could it be? And listen, I want to get her name right because she hasn't been doing many videos as much, but she's the lawyer that has been on this for a minute. She's right here in Queens. Attorney Aikisha Al-Shabazz. All right. Attorney Alkeisha I. Shabazz. She's the first one who really went at Polight's neck, meaning she is an attorney in New York. She's I don't know, I forget if she's a prosecutor or a defense attorney, but she was interviewed on Sonetta and at one time because she had a car video that kind of went viral. But she was one of the first people that really went at Polight's neck. This is her platform right here. Aikisha Shabazz went at his neck, tried to put charges on that dude. All right. I mean, case and everything. She was the first one because this dude stole, and personally, I don't know how. I mean, this dude managed to finesse about $20,000 out of a dude. All right. There was the other guy who Polight finessed $100,000 of his life savings. That is the case that Alkeisha took up. Attorney Shabazz took up. It was that one. And since then, that dude died of cancer. All right. Died of cancer, left a wife and a baby along, but he stole $100,000. And when that case blew up, he found himself back on Sonetta, and Sonetta acted like nothing happened. Every time people went into Sonetta's chat and said, yeah, bro, this guy just scammed somebody, Sonetta's like, y'all keep coming at me, man. Nah, that's my brother. That's my brother. Then there was a case of this dude going on somebody's business, and I may be getting the dates wrong. I'm just naming slimy shit that this guy has done. And I've detailed this in my videos. All of my videos I put inside my community section, and I'm gonna break down I'm gonna put some timestamps in there as well. But the real estate company, I think, what was it? But it was someone's business where Polight literally acted like this was his business, went on the man's property, and he basically scammed people and said, that's my business. Him, and there are other accomplices as well. There are other people who he's working with that should be highlighted. And then he went back on Sonetta's platform, and people told Sonetta, listen, look at what this guy is doing to another brother. Sonetta downplayed it. Then this dude went out to California and he faked getting beat up by police. This was around the time. This is where I really just his son Polight's antics turned my stomach, because he did this at the height, and we're always getting brutalized by police, but I think it was around when Eric Garner got choked to death and killed. It was around that time. And this dude fakes getting it was a basic traffic stop. And this fool fakes getting brutalized by cops. He did a whole 2-hour live with one of his wives, crying and all this other shit. And what's his name? Malik Zulu Shabazz was down with the shenanigans as well. He went through that whole BS press conference. It's probably still on YouTube. Check that shit out. I'm sure I have it in one of my videos. How about faking his daughter's kidnapping? How about that one? Yes, faking his daughter's kidnapping. The whole internet goes crazy and, oh, we need to go find his daughter. And, and of course he's asking for money. How about that one? How slimy can you be to fake your own daughter's kidnapping? So, folks, yes, the fake press conference in front of the LAPD, that one. Cargo miniums, yes, that was the business. Scam after scam after scam. And my point is, after each scam, he would go to Sonetta. Sonetta, look at what this guy's doing to the community. Nah, I don't want to hear y'all get the hell out of here. That's my brother. I don't want to blah, 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 blah. That is how Sonetta reacted. Every single scam Sonetta knew. But again, these pro-blacks, I'm telling you, they're the ones who see. Here's what they do. All right. They will put a battery in your back, and they'll try to get you to hate the white man. It's the white man is this, the white man is that. We're under a system of white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. Give me money and I'll fight it for you. And, they'll get out and they'll try to drop a nice speech or what have you, only for them to eventually go and join the system that they claim is oppressing us. Think I'm lying? When you're done with this video, whenever you get a chance tomorrow, go and type in Al Sharpton, Leslie Stahl, 60 Minutes interview. Watch that interview. That interview is only 12, 13 minutes. Watch that interview. That interview will tell you everything you need to know. That's how this works. This is why Sonetta, who for the past, 2 decades now, I guess, has been pushing this black power, but just recently he says something like, it's really black people that are the real devils. That's what this man said on his platform. And I believe he said it with a non-white non-black on the platform. Yes, that's what this man has said. He sat there and chastised when he brought Tariq Nasheed on his platform just a couple of months ago. All right. Didn't ask him not once about that scam museum, that hookah lounge that he has out in Cali. Didn't mention once. People keep saying that this guy brings you information. Nah, all he does is bring firebrands on his platform to get clicks and views. That's what this thing that you're looking at here, it was simply for clicks and views. And he's supposed to be speaking to Polight on July 7th, right? And he also said, here's what's so disgusting about this. This man has been saying for the past couple of months he knows what Polight made a plea to. But then he's telling us we got to wait and see. What's up, Nikki Poe? His faked his daughter's disappearance to deflect from Psy, exposing him for being with a teen runaway. Good grief. Good Lord. Good grief. And I'm gonna tell you something too, because I don't want to put any jackets on people, all right? But let's just keep it a buck, y'all. All right. A lot of the people that are sticking up for Polight, all right. A lot of the people who say they're waiting, and I was on a platform. Shout out to I believe Mike, this brother's platform, and we were speaking. Psycho was there, and other people was there. I forgot dude's name. His name was C. Dot. He's not a Polight defender, but what it is that some of these dudes, I get it. You're trying to play the devil's advocate. I understand that. Is he, or I mean, I guess that was cool early on in the game when you didn't really know. I mean, you knew about the DNA, all right, but you didn't know how it was going to go. He has plead now. He's made a plea bargain. Plea, like, please, can you lower this? Let's make a bargain. I mean, just the two words, the definition of those terms. I mean, come on already. A plea bargain. So I'm arguing. We're arguing with the guy who's saying, "Well, we really don't know. We really don't like." As if I said, "Well, there's DNA." It's like, well, we don't know about that. I mean, like you have to be in the lab to know. It was one of those guys. I'm like, why don't you go to the website? Like, well, I'm only going by what. I'm hearing this from this YouTuber and this from that. I'm like, nah, why don't you go to Miami-Dade's website? What about what the prosecutor said? He was one of these guys who just kept giving opposition, blah, blah, blah. And listen, he wasn't a Polight defender, but at the end of the day, I mean, you can't be that ridiculous. But there are some people on this platform that you're looking at. There was a guy by the name of Sun Tan, all right? And he said, and I'm gonna, when the transcripts are available, I'm gonna find it. He said 14, something to the effect of 14 was a reasonable age. I mean, I gotta confirm that because a lot of people are saying a lot of crazy stuff. Like on another platform, there was a person that said, "Don't you know the slaves copped a plea?" Oh yeah, that like shit like this. But let's just be real out here. When Polight was initially charged, like the whole conscious community would turn over their head. Did you notice how everybody started accusing every one of your top guys of being a chomo? All right. There were some people, some old stuff started coming up. All right. Solar Mind. I mean, I'm mention him because he basically bared his soul about an incident that happened in the library with someone who may have been under, well, I think it was 19, but I think it was assault. All right, but Solomon, he did talk about this. Then something that supposedly Sonetta did, that came up. Everybody was being accused of being there was even an Israelite who might have done some strange things with a tranny, which I believe. I mean, this dude, and I've seen him before in New York. I've seen him personally in New York. I never met him. I've just seen him. I mean, he's all over New York. Like I remember I was on a train, getting off a train in the Bronx, and I seen him walking past me. So he gets around, and he's usually in Brooklyn, talking his shit. They were talking about him going out to Cali, seeing a tranny, right? Which I'm gonna keep it a buck. I believe. Like, why do you have to go all the way out to Cali when you can just stay right here in New York? You got a spot right there in Brooklyn, over by Junior's, where you basically you can talk. Why are you always going to Cali? So, but I think a lot of these dudes, let's just keep it a buck. A lot of them are chomos themselves. All right. I don't think that this is the first rodeo with Polight. All right. You don't just at your age, you just happen to get into this position. There have been other ones. We saw the Jesse Lee Peterson interview. All right. A lot of people giving Jesse Lee Peterson props now. Okay. I mean, it's a good interview. He's still a coon buffoon. I mean, you can look, two things can be right at the same time. I mean, he did ask Polight the right questions. It was a good interview, but he's still a coon buffoon. I mean, it just is what it is. But yeah, a lot of these guys in the conscious community, let's come on, guys. The conscious community, a lot of these guys are, ex-cons. They come from the hood. You know how dysfunctional the hood can be and how secretive it is. I don't know if y'all remember back, speaking of 60 Minutes, when Cameron was on 60 Minutes, and he said that stupid shit about, well, if I saw a child molester, I wouldn't tell. And he probably regretted it. It was a long time ago. I hope he regrets it now. But that type of thinking is very prevalent in the hood. So you got guys out there like Sa, like Garfield. I mean, shout out to Chief X, who's opening that guy up tremendously now. And unfortunately, he's from Yard. And let me also say this, because I did hear this type of rhetoric before too, about how Polight is from Africa, and obviously Garfield is Jamaican and Sa's Dominican. And, guys, like, please. I mean, I've heard that rhetoric where, oh, they're foreign blacks, or listen, enough with that, bro. I mean, they're just degenerates. All right. If that's the case, then why, which leads you into our next question. Okay. Because we're going to get into Rizza Islam in a second. And I understand he's going through his issues with this court case that's coming up. But interestingly enough, a lot of the guys, a lot of your mouthpieces and social influencers in the conscious community, I'm talking about the big guys, have not said anything about this case. And I'm talking about Umar Johnson. And I'm talking about Tariq Nasheed, who had him in his last Hidden Colors pseudo documentary. And I'm talking about Rizza Islam. You could have said something. I mean, you're basically going to court because of what you did to that poor community, pushing that Scientology bullshit and defrauding the government out of $4 million. I mean, I'm going to read the case in a second, but basically you could have said something about this. You could have said something about this. Jay Morrison, all right? If you notice, Polight's last video was about credit repair. Guess what Jay Morrison's in? Jay Morrison right now is doing what? Credit repair. How is Jay Morrison, a guy who never went and finished high school, who had that disaster of a fund, the Tulsa fund, which was a mess. Only person who got rich was him and probably some of his partners, right? Now there's no talk about any other fund. You gave him $500 to invest, a guy who's never done this before. Everybody was telling you that this was BS, but you listened, you like whatever. And now this guy took the money, ran and bought himself a place in the gated community. Now he's teaching you about credit repair. The same thing that Polight's in, but you think if this guy who's supposed to be the big homie, if you see his recent videos, he's talking all this black power and fatherhood and all of that. Well, Jay, how come you haven't had any commentary on this? All of these dudes, all right? Tariq, Jay, and I'm not saying that they're into some, type of shit. Now, the guys in the conscious community, that's different. That's different. You just got to hear these people talk. All right? I mean, what is there to wait on? What, are you waiting for him to walk towards the electric chair? It is now the man. You got the DNA, you got the plea bargain. What's left? And let me say this. What's up, Muslim? How you doing? Let's go into the chat. What's up, Nikki Pope? Foreign or not, this right? Of course. All of them. Every last one of them. Maybe he's good. Listen, listen. I went through again all the videos I did on that clown. I also brought up his daughter, who looks like she's roided up. Let's just keep it a buck. All right. And she might have ran away because seeing all the weirdo shit. And speaking of, and let's just make that segue to his wife. I mean, listen, guys. His wife is like, listen to the women that are going in on Polight, right? Listen, I wish there were more videos on his nasty wife, all right, who I honestly believe is not only in partnership with this mess, she might be the brains behind this thing. It's kind of like what's her name? Danae Jackson, Derek Jackson's wife. People think that she's this low. Nah, I think those two are in Danae and Derek are in partnership on some grifting. All right. That's what I think. I think those two are in partnership on some real grifting. And I think it's the same thing with his wife and Annette. As a matter of fact, this is her. Where is it at? Hold on a second, because I'm here it goes. Here's this woman. So her husband and the mother of her kids just took a plea deal from sexual assault, right? Sexual assault of a minor. Understand that. All right? Sexual assault of a minor. And this is his chick. Now she's a chick, all right? The other girl's a child, I understand. This is a straight up, skank right here. This is what she's doing. You can't even keep you can't even keep a low profile. This is basically what you're doing. And of course, her husband's at a strip club. All right. And folks, let's face it. I mean, she was beautiful before. She looks damn near cartoonish now. And word is that she's the daughter of the Dr. York, which would make all the sense in the world, by the way. Make all the sense in the world. But yeah, stop. Let's just she is no angel in this at all. At all. At all. You would think that she would not even show her face with what her husband's being charged with right now. You would think. Let's go back in the chat. What's up, Empress? How you doing? Yeah, like that. Like I don't know how she gets a pass, bro. I don't know how. And I'm very interested if any of this is gonna fall on her in any way. Now, maybe, who knows? Maybe she doesn't like him. Maybe she's, throwing it out there. She wants to be a pick me for somebody out there. All right. I mean, like I said, right now, she looks absolutely clownish right now. She's like Little Kim without the skin lightening or anything like that. She looks absolutely ridiculous at this point. But maybe, maybe she's just throwing it out there, knowing that her husband's going to be gone. And, just like, it's kind of like Casanova. I mean, there's Casanova two times. Basically going to be in prison for life. His wife looks damn good. Right? Somebody's got to rotate them tires while they're gone, right? So, I mean, maybe that's what she's doing. I don't know. But she basically, man, I mean, she is an absolute just reprobate herself. Let's see. Amelet. Yeah. Amelet. That's how you say it. Amelet. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine. No, you're talking about the other. Are you talking about? Now, I was talking about Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson and Danae Jackson, who's Danae is like, you talking about gone. I mean, that woman is nuts. Beautiful, but nuts. But I think that those two are running a scam. And I do think Amelet is also behind what's going on here with Polight. But yeah, just the excuses. All right. I remember when this first came out. Again, Garfield, go check out Chief X, who is just doing just full drill time on Garfield. All right. All these conscious dudes, all of them. Again, I say a lot of them are probably chomos themselves. A lot of them are chomos themselves. All right. And that dude, Suntan, I don't know if he has a YouTube page or anything. And I saw another guy, I think what's his Lex, talking about how we're the pedo, we're jumping out the window. We don't know what's happened. Guys like this. If we didn't know what happened, I understand. It's a plea deal and there's DNA. There's nothing else to know about this. Absolutely nothing. So January 7th is coming. We'll see, if we'll see what happened, what he pleads to. He's definitely going to be going to prison. All right. A lot of people will be down there. Triple C, Treehouse said, Treehouse, she said she'll be there. Tony the Closer said he'll be there. Possibly, what's his name? Whack 100 will probably be there. So there'll be a few people there to see Polight off. All right. And again, because the days go pretty fast. I mean, we'll see exactly. We'll see what happens over the next 2 weeks. Because again, I think a lot of these other guys who are just, I don't know. Again, when you listen to some women, a lot of women in the community were violated as children. All right. And this hits them hard. And for some of these dudes, again, and especially the manosphere, that rhetoric comes out of the manosphere a lot. And some of the manosphere dudes have real life been arrested, right, for chomo shit. I mean, the manosphere, I just kind of stay away from that. This just gets weirder and weirder. Let me say this, by the way, before I get into the Rizza Islam thing. And this is to all the YouTubers on the channel, all the content creators. Some of you probably already know this. I'm going to say myself, I kind of slept myself. All right. And YouTube actually struck me for 2 weeks. I couldn't post anything. I couldn't put out any videos. And the reason they did this to me, and let me just say to you, and it's just a warning to anybody out there, if you do lives and if you invite people up, be careful about who you invite up. Listen to what these people say. And if they say something that's a little too off the wall, private your video immediately. All right. Think about getting yourself a Patreon or something. Here's why I say that. Some of you might have checked my video I did a couple weeks ago. This was Jamie Foxx. Did a video on this because Jamie Foxx, obviously, he's Jamie Foxx is he fell sick. There's some conspiracy about why he fell sick. I want to get into that. The bottom line, he fell sick. And there was word that he couldn't talk. He was blind in one eye. And of course, the anti-jab people, they went crazy and they started posting all sorts of crazy stuff online. And I said, these people are fools and they're bozos and they're disrespecting Jamie, blah, blah, blah. And apparently somebody from that side came up on my platform. All right. And we start, I didn't even say anything. I just let him talk. Information Man was there as well. And this dude dropped every single conspiracy. Every conspiracy known to man, this man was dropping it. Every conspiracy that you can think of. he was dropping it. And I just let him talk because sometimes you want to, to get content. Okay, this is content, let them talk or whatever. Well, unfortunately, YouTube out of nowhere, because you do these videos and sometimes you just leave them, you just kind of forget about them. Well, YouTube decided to do this. He said, there may be an issue with your content. We found something that may violate YouTube's guidelines. To help keep the community safe, we removed it. Okay, that's fine. The next two steps, we'll ask you to take a look at the content policy. So they gave me a strike and I wasn't able to upload content, post, or live stream. Really, it was for 2 weeks. It was for 2 weeks. So they removed it. All right. Obviously, they removed it. It wasn't going to get monetized anyway. They really didn't get that much. What did they get? Like 300-400 views? But they took it down, and I was like, wait, what happened? Turned out the guy who I let up there, who again, any and every conspiracy you can think of, he was throwing out there. Everything. And I just let him talk. And I'm like, okay, this will probably be good content. Nah. And it makes you want, are people that stupid? And apparently, yes, because, are they going to be influenced by doing like what? Because he didn't say anything weird. Like he didn't say, oh, well, drink this or use this as a substitute. But yeah, man. Yeah, they listen. Hate speech, and it was weird. And he said, yeah, he was right. It was private. Yeah. Look, you're going to see, I have about 400 videos up. I'm going to start privatizing just about everything and do a bit of a purge. Like all my Polight videos, like all my Umar videos, I'm going to combine everything into one or two or whatever. And this is what I'm going to do with a lot of my videos. And I may just do like a whole I'm definitely doing a whole revamp of this site. It came out of nowhere. So they may be looking through other videos and say, just pull that down or strike that. Because I always wondered why some people just put up a live and then pull it down. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Say what you mean. But now I'm realizing that YouTube, they are so sensitive. They'll just rip your shit down out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, bro. Yeah. Yeah, they'll flag. Listen, they said the algorithms pick up those no. Yeah, man. But this guy, he wasn't cursing. This was a religious dude, but he was dropping conspiracy on top of conspiracy, and I thought it was good content. No, they just ripped everything down, bro. Yeah. So listen, if you are a content creator, all right, be careful with what you put up there. Be careful of what you say. If you decide to have people come up and they say some weirdo shit that maybe you think may be controversial, you know what? Privatize it. All right. Cut up the video, which is what I'm gonna do with this video. But yeah, the YouTube is just, I didn't know that it was like that. And this is why people have multiple channels. Why they have tons of backups and all this other. Yeah, I got to move differently now. That just kept me blindsided. It really did. And for them to shut it down when you have people online doing all sorts of crazy shit with the MFs and the end dropping and just the whole doing all sorts of salacious shit online. And with me, this is just an opinion. And you just rip the shit down. It's not like my channel is a huge channel. So yeah, just a warning, don't be careful. All right. Be careful with what you put online because listen, yeah, that dude, yeah, I know he couldn't act, but you know what? It didn't matter though. It didn't matter. It was too controversial and they just ripped it down. So yeah, it was crazy, bro. Now let us last but not least, you thought that Polight, being that we got to wait for 2 weeks. No, I think we're going to have something that's going to keep us occupied for the next couple of weeks. And that's your boy and mine, Mr. Rizza Islam, right? Rizza Islam. Hold on a second. Let me just get that video, that not the video, but tomorrow Rizza Islam is going to have a hold on a second. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Come on. Okay. Trying to get. Hold on. But let's go to the brand to Mr. Rizza Islam. Your boy. All right. This dude right here, who is in big trouble. No, let me get rid of this. Damn it. We go here. All right. Some of y'all may think that, I'm being joyous about what's happening to dude. No, I think that he just like Vicky Dillard, just like Tariq Nasheed, Boyce Watkins, all of them. I just think that this man is not a very honest man, and he's another dude. He's another guy. All right, like, all right. Let me go. No, why did that happen? Come on, why does this keep doing this? Let me do this. Hold on, because this keeps jumping to another window, which pisses me off. Oh, here. Come on. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go to Twitter. I'm gonna go directly to Twitter with this. And let me just say this about Polight, by the way, because one thing about this dude, I'm always asking myself, if someone could tell me, because he doesn't make money like that. Polight is not making money, y'all. He's not a rich dude. We know that a lot of what he has is fronting. The hat he's wearing, right? That hat, I think, is about $250, $300. In one of my videos, I saw him at the store in California with the guy who owns that hat. But check this out, though. Check this out, because this guy, somebody's paying for that. Somebody's paying for his legal fees. And I think, this is just my opinion, I think he may have something on some of these dudes out there. Where's not this. Where am I looking for here? The Polight, brother Polight. Shoot. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. All right. Y'all probably see what I see here. Look at who this guy has rubbed noses with. Look at who he's rubbed noses with. Look at this right here. All right. Now, I'm not at all, incriminating these dudes at all, but Denzel don't take pictures with anybody. He doesn't fuck with anyone like that. And if you're a star, why would you usually watch who you take pictures with? Look who he's with. Obviously, Russ. All right. Well, I mean, that mess right there. Let me just say about Russ and that situation. Kimura, at least, I mean, Russ may have a lot of dirt on him. I mean, he's in Bali for a reason, but Kimura is a scumbag. Kimura, basically, she'll have kids with you and then turn your kids against them. She turned Russell's kids against him, but it's not just him. Demensu, I didn't know that she basically took her son from that, his son from, he's like fighting in court. And because he isn't a citizen here, it makes it harder. So she just like, she births your kids and she keeps them away from you, or she turns them against you. All right. And you had his son, all right, kissing her new husband on the lips. I said, bro, kissing her new husband, like this is when he was, I guess, like what, 5 or 6, dude, what? And he has to watch that. So that saga right there, yes, Russ probably, did a lot of weirdo shit with young girls and probably men as well. I mean, but like she is no angel in this. And now I'm hearing that there's probably a reality. Like she's a snake herself. I mean, that whole thing is like whack. But Russ Simmons, Money Mayweather as well, Denzel. Look at all the stars that this guy hangs with. So you ask yourself, where is he getting this money, right? This is when Amunet, looked normal, fairly normal, I guess, or Amulet. That's when she looked fairly normal. But yeah, this guy is with a lot of stars. So you got to wonder, does he have something on some of these big name players? Does he have something on some of these people? Yeah, listen, Nikki, probably. Listen, you'll never take away what he did for rap, but listen, what he did with that Black Rush card, how he basically sold that to black folks and that shit, and just like he's probably getting some payment for doing that shit. Oh yeah, I mean all types of weirdo shit, but make no mistake about it, Kimura is no angel. I mean, I just learned this too. I mean, to keep her son, that kid, away from Jinsu was just whack. That's completely whack. But let's let me go to let me get hold on, let me go ahead and get the community post. No, I didn't want to get the community post. Let me get the Twitter post from your boy Rizza Islam. Rizza. All right. The conspirator, another conspirator, another celebritard slash conspirator, Rizza Islam. All right. Hold on, Rizza Islam. Rizza Islam official. Let's make sure. And I think it came in Rizza Islam official. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here it is, folks. Okay, let me go ahead and the man of the moment right now, Mr. Rizza Islam. I will never. Why do I have to smoke for Rizza? I mean, among other things, all the conspiracies that he pushes out there, the celebrity worship he tries to shame us with, but what he did at Nipsey Hussle's murder scene was so despicable. So despicable. And I'm not the only person who did, but that right there, what he and Tariq did, but especially him, was absolutely despicable. And with this case right here, supposedly he defrauded $4 million from the government, but you know what? A lot of good people also lost their reputations because of this Scientology bullshit. So here it is, in less than 24 hours. I'm going to arrive 7 a.m. early to the Black Grassroots Truth Telling Media. Love your family. 3 options to support our legal defense team. Click in the bio, blah, 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 Zeal and all this other shit. Okay, so here he is going after the gay community. But yeah, this is, well, let's just go down here. Let's go down. Rizza Islam is being targeted. I like how you put that, bro. Rizza Islam is being targeted. Link to the full article and press release here at rizzaislam.com. All right. We are going to trial. All supporters of Rizza Islam, if you are available Monday, June 26th, pull up to the Clara Shortage Courthouse in downtown LA at 8:30 a.m., 210 West Temple Street. All right. Support the legal team, of course. He's got, I guess a little PayPal there, blah, blah, blah. In the fall of 2015, this is the press release. The California Attorney General's office filed criminal charges against Ronnie Islam, to which Rizza has maintained his innocence. Rizza was charged with presenting false Medi-Cal claims and insurance fraud for acts which are alleged to have occurred between the years of 2010 and 2013. Now, keep in mind, his mother was also charged, as well as his sister. I mean, the whole family is pretty much felonious. Now, unfortunately, his mother had passed. All right. She was sick at the time, too. She had cancer. And I said at the time, I said that, they probably weren't going to let her, if she went to prison, they're not going to put her in a cell. I mean, she's a sick woman. And of course, she passed a couple of years ago. But I did a video about this, that if she had passed, then what she was going to do, she was probably gonna take the full weight of the charges to protect her children. And, basically, again, being that she was sick, they aren't going to stick her in a cell. I mean, she stole money. She didn't do anything like Polight-esque. So they probably put her in an infirmary and she probably died there. But she passed, so now Rizza is now the face, and he's going to be taking the full weight of this, no doubt. So the charges were not filed until 2 years after the alleged criminal acts. For nearly 7 years, Rizza has been fighting to clear his name of these charges. Now, remember, they did arrest him, and they stuck him in the prison. So this, if you look back, they did put him in jail. The government, that's the way to get the rallying cry out there. The government alleges that Rizza was involved in a scheme where he pretended to teach students to refrain from drug use. Isn't that what Rizza does all the time? Isn't this pretty much what he does for a living? All right. Used so others could build the government's Medi-Cal program, and he retained a criminal defense attorney, Jeremy Light. Okay. That sounds like a Pinkton. Jeremy Light. Hold on a second, guys. That sounds. So this is a dude, Nation of Islam, pro-black, and I spoke about this like years ago about these notables and their choice of attorney. Jeremy Lyman. Oh, hold on, Rizza. This, guys, let me just say this. You see this here, the secure law page? Let me press this again. Listen. You see this? For those who want to support our legal defense team here, see, this isn't good. Hold on. Let me show y'all something, bro. This ain't good, Rizza. This ain't good, homie. You know what? You see this right here? Look at this. Look at this. Come on, homie. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, what are we doing here, homie? Come on, homie. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. All right, so stop. Let's just stop shit. Come on, dog. Good grief. Anyways, let's go back here. It says Jeremy Lyman. Hold on a second, y'all. Yeah, like this is already like looks dusty as hell on me. It really does. But yeah, his two sisters. It's pretty bad, y'all. It's pretty bad. But yeah. So teach students to refrain from drug use. This is what Rizza does for a living. so that others could build the government's Medi-Cal program. He defrauded them of $4 million. Rizza has retained a criminal defense attorney, founding attorney of the Asley. Okay, Jeremy Lyman. Hold on, let me see this. Jeremy McLymont. Jeremy McLymont. I'm almost afraid to look. I am almost afraid to look. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Jeremy McLymont. Esley. Okay, hold on. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. This is Jeremy McLymont, folks. All right. I want to make sure. Okay, Rizza. This is Jeremy McLymont. This is him. All right. So this is his lawyer. So Rizza does have a black lawyer. All right. So yeah, I'm not going to kill him, but he does have a brother for a lawyer. For nearly 2 decades, so Rizza's selling himself now. Rizza has been a leader, a teacher, a mentor to thousands of individuals. So he's been a leader, a teacher, a mentor. He hasn't been a doctor, not a scientist, all right? He's none of those things, but he's given medical advice. He's a leader, a teacher, a mentor, but he's not a doctor, though. Since the age of 11, Rizza has unselfishly poured into community to teach a program that has bettered the lives of countless people. Rizza has taught on topics such as health, history, self-worth, knowledge of self, economic independence, to name a few, going places most would not. Rizza has worked to prevent the proximity of crime in the black community, blah, blah, blah. Rizza was one of dozens charged with defrauding, I just skipped down, the government in this alleged scheme, and he is the only defendant remaining who has not accepted a plea agreement. Okay, listen. The theme of this stream is plea agreements. He didn't accept a plea agreement. All right, so we got to give him props for that. So he's saying he's going to trial. So as opposed to Polight, he's going to trial. All right, so you got to give him props for that. He's not taking the plea, but that means the rest of his family took the plea. He's not taking the plea. Okay. During the trial, Rizza will challenge the government's ability to prove their case against him beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. So again, all right. Props to him for choosing a black lawyer. All right. Takes guts not to take the plea, and we shall see what happens. But that starts tomorrow. So we shall see what goes down with that. But yeah, man, yeah. But he is not taking the plea. You said he's going down, probably. But again, if his mom was still around, the plan was for her to take the full weight of it. All right. Again, she was a sick woman at the time. She had cancer. So they were probably she was probably gonna take the weight of it for her kids. And she basically, be in a prison, hospital, or infirmary or whatever. Now with Rizza, he's clearly the only one. Again, his family members, they all took pleas. He didn't. All right. So, we're gonna see what happens with this dude. But yeah, but yeah, this is they'll do Muslim now. But yeah, he's the last man standing. But this is a case it'll be interesting to see. I will be listening. Somebody will probably have a camera in the courtroom. I'm here in the East Coast, so I'm guessing at 12 noon is when all the fireworks and everything's gonna start. All right. What's up, Pocket Watching with JT? She did. Yeah. Oh God. Dude, this is savage. You are Petty Murphy, bro. That's oh shit. Damn, bro. Yeah, right. Yeah, they had a cure for everything. They followed Dr. Sebi's teachings. All right. And she looked, and again, she was a sick woman. And how like how bad was it that during her memorial service, Rizza and his family are selling t-shirts and shit. I mean, the grift, the grift is it just keeps going. It's like what's her name? Diamond and Silk. You saw Silk out there, she was still grifting, peddling the fact that Diamond died from the vaccine, even though they were fighting, they were saying how they were against the vaccine. Now that they're at the funeral, oh, she died from the vaccine, but you were against it though. So what is so like what are we saying? So it's just you gotta keep these scams going. But yeah, shout out to Pocket Washington. Yeah, I did check out another classic, and unfortunately, this the dude with the school. But listen, at least unlike Umar, he's got the school. You got it. He is giving out diplomas. He's giving out something. So I mean, that's a lot more than what Umar's done. So we got to give him credit for that. But yeah, the Church of Scientology. Listen, the fact that Scientology is in the Black community and you are pushing this. Again, read what this was for Scientology's sake. This was Scientology's sake. You told those kids for the sake of Scientology. All right? It was a scheme. The scheme makes sense. It sounds like something he'd do. Telling the kids not to use drugs that you probably need, which means flu shots and other stuff, but you tried to defraud the government. And when this happens, you had fools like Hassan Campbell say, oh, well, that's the government. Like, I'm not mad when you try to gyp the government. No, that doesn't, you can't do that. There's no, with taxes, defraud the government for $4 million. The government hits you with tax bills of $100. They will take money out of your check for just a couple $100. But you think you're just gonna take $4 million from the government, they're just gonna miss it. So yeah. So yeah, Rizza's in some trouble. I know he wants to put up the big front. I get it. And he's the only one that didn't cop a plea, but just remember folks, mostly his family is in this, and his family all took the plea except him. So yeah, Umar is like, listen, that dude is busy blogging right now. He's had no time for no damn school. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, that's what happened. He did that. That's exactly what the man did. There isn't video, but there were witnesses. So he's gonna try that shit again. And wait. So he's not gonna take the plea, hoping that's gonna work. Is that what he's gonna do? And the lawyer he has, listen again. I don't know what type of lawyer he is, but the lawyer looks pretty young. Very young lawyer. I hope he's good. But that lawyer looks young as hell, bro. Doesn't look seasoned at all. All right. And listen, he's pulling out all this. This is his website. At least the website came up. So here's the website with Rizza. This is his new homepage on the website that he's targeted by the U.S. government. I gotta start investing in this show now and get some, music dips and stuff so I can dramatize this a bit. So he's targeted by the U.S. government. Get the truth. Read the full story here. It's probably the same bullshit. Freedom fighter and activist Rizza Islam targeted again from the government. And as usual, he loves this profile shot with his back to the camera. This is his favorite shot right here, the profile shot. And I've seen him in person before. This is a big dude. This dude he's like 6'7", 6'8". Don't be fooled by the suit and the glasses and stuff. This dude is completely thugged out, this dude. Trust me on that. But yeah, this is what he's saying, and whatever. I mean, again, I think if you're not going to take the plea and you try that sovereign citizenship, bro, hey, good luck. Good luck with that. And understand too, Louis Farrakhan accused this dude of rape. So is anyone from the nation really going to back you right now? Your leader and Rizza just recently took a shot back at the minister. Like, how can you accuse me of rape? So yeah, that right there, that relationship has gotten pretty ugly. But we shall see, right? We shall see. Low key, Rizza grew up in a cult. Oh yes, of course. Like I said, the whole family's felonious, bro. Everybody from the mother on down, all of them. So it's unfortunate, and the mother probably groomed him. I mean, again, he's of age now; he should know better. But unfortunately, the mother probably groomed him in the life of crime, and he thinks he's fighting a good fight and everything. But again, listen, guys, hit the like button. We got 50 people here. All right, hit the like button, hit share, hit subscribe. Get this out in the algorithm. I made it a point not to say any weirdo shit, right? So I made a point not to make and say any controversial statements, right? Even though Rizzo was online and everything, I made sure that nothing crazy came from this live, okay? So yeah, so hit the like button, y'all. Hit share, hit subscribe. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens with this court case tomorrow. And hopefully this will keep us occupied for the next couple of weeks. All right. With Polight coming. And it's going to come very quickly. And let's wait and see. But yeah, very, very interesting things happening these next couple of weeks, man. And listen, I'm back. All right. Again, I'm going to do a little purge on this platform. That strike right there just kind of jolted me a little bit. And right now I got to move a little bit differently with this YouTube. But listen, thanks for coming through. Remember, check out JT Pocket Watchers. Check out Information Man. Check out Tripsy Treehouse again. She is the one to go to for all the Polight stuff. She is on the case, right? She is on the case. QD1 as well. All right. A couple of people in here as well that are oh yeah, Code Fam. Definitely check him out. I don't know if Empress got a spiritual reading. Check her out. I don't know if Carrie came in here, but Ankh as well. Shout out to you. Be one for life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens with this Rizza Islam situation, because I'm very curious. But again, I just think that all of these dudes, there's gonna come a day of reckoning. And you don't know how it's going to come. You don't know what side it's going to come. With Polight, nobody saw it coming this way. Nobody saw it coming this way, all right? Nobody saw Rizza coming the way it's coming. And who knows how it'll come for Umar. Who knows how it's going to come for Tariq or any of these other dudes or Jay Morrison. We shall see. But just keep your ears open, man, and try not to fall for people who just talk you know, just talk and try to, because they talk like rappers. I mean, you know, I think that's really hurting us a lot, y'all. But listen, shout out, y'all, and thanks for coming through. Big up in yourself, man. And until next time, peace. Out of here.